Hello everyone, welcome to Tony Talks. But to all our beautiful subscribers, we say thank you. And if you're new here, we say welcome. Don't forget to hit on that subscribe button and likes, share, and please in the comments below, no derogatory comments. Thank you. Till I'll see you in the next video. Stay safe, stay blessed. I love you all. Bye.
But as an area grandfather, I want to give counsel to young girls. You see that thing behind me, near the clock? Shines like gold, but it is not gold. It is not all that glitters that is gold. It is gold plated, but it is not gold. There is no way you will package polygamy and turn it to gold. There's no way.
There's no way.
And I will explain as I go along.
Honestly.
Money and luxury do not sustain marriage.
At all.
If not, Bill and Melinda will not have divorced. Tiger Woods and his wife will not have divorced. Alakija and her husband will not have separated.
Of course.
There is no amount of money that will turn brass to gold. Brass is brass. Gold is gold. A polygamous marriage is like brass. It cannot be compared to God's original plan. Even in Muslim societies, many of the very prominent Muslims, educated Muslims, many of them, I didn't say all of them, are monogamous.
Yes.
Even though the provision is there. Polygamy, to a large extent, involves a narcissistic approach to life. Now, only me, the person. Every other person, na instrument, na utensil. Now me be number one. Every other person, this secondary. Polygamy does not put the emotions of the females in that relationship into consideration. It is the self-idolizing appetite of the man that is uppermost. Beautiful women, virgins, or whatever that the man wants. That is his narcissistic approach. While he is not a virgin, he is fairly used and maybe an old car, but he wants a brand new wife, virgin, unpolluted. I said during the Nedu podcast, when I said I was a 2-minute man, and that at my age, then I was 65, I can spend more than 2 minutes. I'm a 2-minute man. And that any man of my age bracket married to a young girl, that the two people are mutually exploiting each other. One exploiting for wealth, fame, comfort, and a future where her children can have a glorious inheritance. And with the psychology that it is better to weep in a Bentley or Lamborghini than to weep in a Volkswagen Beetle. So it's mutually exploitative. Now, monogamous marriages are difficult. If it was possible for me, I would marry half a wife. And I told somebody that my wife should be paid husband support for taking care of me and for marrying me. You have child support. That is in developed societies. They pay women because of the children that they are catering for. They're supposed to pay my wife husband support money. And that's why I always ask God to give me more than enough so that when she asks for money, I have to give to her. I give her financial orgasm. Or like that policeman, financial organism. Now, one day I told her, let's go and eat peanut or groundnuts and drink Coke at Mr. Smith's place. Help me, I help you at Obo Hill near Jera Hotel. I said, let's go for a break. We left the hospital. As we were going, I told her, you did try when you did the marry me. Oh. She said, you self did try to marry me. We agreed that we are not the best, but we are making the best out of where we found ourselves, the situation we had agreed to go into, assets and liabilities. Now multiply that by 6 relationships in one house. It's going to be warfare. So, for a young girl of 18 to enter a volleyball team, because it takes 6 people to play volleyball, a volleyball team that will comprise of 5 mature, experienced, veteran volleyball players, and then you come in as a sophomore to come and play, know that you are heading for disaster. It is easy to know the meal that will satisfy you. People say, that is the meal that will satisfy you. You can gauge it with your eyes. 5 women before you. In a volleyball team, you don't hold on to the ball for too long. Merely it reaches you, you pass it to your neighbor throws it across the net. If you hold on to the ball for too long, you have committed foul play. Somebody did not learn and held on to the ball for too long. I learned from being a guest preacher that when pastors want to invite you, it's as if they have an erection. They are so excited to welcome Dr. Poki to come and speak. Immediately you go there, they will say, we want to take everything from him that he came with. If you are not wise, you will be there preaching and preaching and preaching and preaching. Then you start saying, as I said last week, as I said the last time I was here, after some time, they will throw you away. A grandfather has seen everything. And let me turn it around. A grandmother does not fear an erection. A man who has had 5 previous highly educated, very beautiful, international women, after having you for a period of time, taking you around, there is no shakara you can do for him. You can become like Australia. Everybody knows where it is, but nobody finds it easy to reach there prematurely. And you see, copulation is pleasurable friction. A man who is very busy, who is wealthy, can have orgasm from the other wives and from several other things. More especially when the volleyball team has many contestants, potential players that will play more than you, standing by the lines to come in. The next thing is that you can't pretend to be asleep. You can't pretend to be asleep under observation. There is no way you display love on social media to convince people. The reality dawns with pressure and time, and then the pleasure evaporates. What happened in the house of old Leah will happen in the house of broiler one day. And so, what made the man to leave 5 other women to come for you will also make him leave you and go for another person. Even if he doesn't go for another person, the disinterest will come. And the people who are there before you know him more than you. They know his taste and know his appetite. Particularly if they are equally beautiful, equally internationalized. One Igbo woman said that a woman does not marry television, does not marry cars, does not marry containers, does not marry money. A woman marries her man, and you will need companionship. Companionship. 2 is a company, while 6 is a large crowd. And in a large crowd, people must step on each other's toes, and there will be a lot of shoving and screaming and suffocation. And sometimes somebody can be trampled upon. 6 wives and 20-something children is a community. And it's not Peking, not a big community leader. It's not Peking. It's not Peking, not a big community leader. You just go there to say, I want to be community leader. Marriage involves consecration. God is owning everything, but he is a jealous God. Not to talk of human beings, 6 of them contesting for the affection, attention, and the expenditure of one man. It's likely not to work. Very likely. Marriage is consecration. The reason I don't do adultery is that God expects the church to be faithful to Christ. So also, I expect myself to be faithful to my wife. I just detest adultery. It's dirty. It's expensive. It is betrayal. So it is consecration, marriage, the God's prescription. And if you don't follow the manufacturer's manual, you will get into trouble. I have a Mercedes here. There are specifications. It has so many sensors. You just do one wrong thing, you're in trouble. I drove it through water. All the batteries are underneath. Everything, I spent up to $250,000. I don't know what I did recently. The brain box just packed up. And I spent hundreds of thousands of naira buying a brain box and repairing it. So marriage has divine specification. And once you go out of it, you will suffer breakdown. Now, I want to quickly say this, that what happened in Morocco will happen in Nigeria. So, when you get addicted to a level of comfort, it's difficult to run away. And the man that was able to convince you to marry you at a certain age is always capable of convincing you to come back, especially when he is rich, powerful, and he has nothing to lose. So don't be surprised if Regina goes back to her matrimonial home, because it is not easy. It is not easy out there. It is not easy out there. There's a difference between June and July. I remain the area grandfather. We speak because we want the next generation not to make mistakes, not to fall into the traps that this dispensation presents with glamour. There is no amount of plating, money, Instagram. This one you're seeing behind me here is not good. Polygamy can never be marketed as good. Dr. Charles Apok is still my name. If you are angry with me, now you sabi. Now you sabi. Marriage be like pepper soup. Go inside, you go cook and you go drink and if you pepper, you leave there. I have a webinar coming up on the 15th and on the 16th of March. People are already registering all over the world. Ooh. Send a message to +234, please. +234 80 21 21 92 62. 2. And then we'll have properties for sale the same.
Mo sọ fún yín pé leni as they go ni mo fẹ́ máa mú wá fún yín àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́. I want to be giving you as they go on social media.